p.m. on August 20th, 2024. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good afternoon, everyone. Before we begin, I want to read some of the ground rules. The restrooms are to my right in the hallway. Please observe the emergency exit. If there is an emergency, please walk calmly to the exits. Do not run. The agenda is located on the table near the entrance. We will follow the order of the agenda. The Town Board welcomes public input and reserves time at every meeting for that purpose. When it is your time to speak, please step to the lectern, speak into the mic, and clearly give your name and address. The meetings are recorded and broadcast on our town's website and social media channels and platforms. It's important to speak into the mic so that the viewers at home may hear you. Each speaker has 3 minutes to address comments to the town board, staff, and department heads. It is up to the board to grant extension if needed. I will ask the Madam Clerk to keep the time. There is zero tolerance for personal attacks on town staff, officials, on any members of the audience, and any person having a matter before the board. All speakers must be respectful and conduct themselves appropriately. If a speaker does not, their time will be immediately stopped. Please understand that the public input period is not designed to be a discussion, and the board will not respond directly to anything stated. Please address all questions and comments to the town supervisor. I will advise each speaker when their time is concluded. I would like to remind everyone of the ground rules for public input as outlined by the town code. The public input provides a way for the public to speak to this board. Those listening should be reminded that all statements made is the presenter's opinion only. It's up to you, the individual, to learn, discover, and figure out the facts, no matter how convincing the speaker is or is not. An educated public is essential to our democracy. Special presentations are sometimes required to inform the town. The presenters may appear as guests of the supervisor and/or the town board. They educate the town and the board on specific topics. The supervisor and the board reserves the right to determine the time for the presentation on a case-by-case basis. Madam Clerk, please read the roll.
Supervisor Evans.
Here.
Councilwoman Cunningham.
Here.
Councilman Malone.
Present.
Councilman Perticone.
Here.
Councilman Wayner.
Here.
Attorney for the town.
Here.
We've heard your feedback from the community, and we need the need for common sense rental legislations. Since I took office, we've worked tirelessly. Tirelessly to come up with a plan to address short-term rentals. As part of the process, we'll also be holding an open house session in September, provide information about short-term rentals, operations, impacts, processes, as well as solicit additional public input. We look forward to hearing from you. We'll be conducting a survey, and you should be seeing the address of the survey on the screen. So we encourage you to take part in that survey. Tomorrow from 9 to 12, the Irondequoit Community Center will have our Senior Expo. Seniors will have the opportunity to learn about various services, resources, and information that our local organizations can provide to enhance their health and overall quality of life. More than 30 vendors will be available to answer questions and provide information. Light refreshments will also be available. On August 23rd at 5 o'clock, at 5 to 8 p.m., also at the Community Center, we'll have our annual Back to School Bash. It is going to be loads of fun with school supplies, raffles, food trucks, vendors, and bounce house, and a DJ. For those of you who have been to our beautiful community center, there will also be an open house. For those of you who have not been to our Community Center. There will also be an open house. Forgive me, my throat is pretty raw right now. Don't forget our farmers market every Thursday, starting at 4:30. Great food, great crafts, and great music. On Saturday, August 24th at 10 a.m., we'll be celebrating the Ukrainian Independence Day here at the Ukrainian Monument on Town Hall campus. This past Sunday, we received a huge honor from the Rochester Red Wings. Our McAvoy Park received the first ever Dan Guilfoyle Chairman's Choice Award, recognized as a softball haven in the Rochester area. Our park also got a brick on the Red Wings Walk of Fame. It is good to be recognized for the years of service and support that we, the community, have given to the greater Rochester community. Just in case you've heard the sirens, and on August 4th, that was our chief of police and our police officers saying thank you to the community. We continue this 100-year celebration at our National Night Out. Staying with the police theme, we had a very successful police teen academy where a number of teens got to learn from our police and got to know them as humans, which is the first step in opening up a great career. We have one proclamation and an award to present. I'll ask the town board members and Captain Franco to join us along with the chaplains down front.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Good evening, everyone. I'm Captain Jessica Franco. I'm standing in for Chief Peters, who's out of town, and he's sorry he can't be here tonight. In celebration of IPD's 100th year anniversary, we felt this was a perfect time to recognize the great partnership that we have with our police chaplains. And before presenting the plaque, what I'd like to do is introduce our chaplains that are here with us today. We have Father Joseph DeMeo, who's been with us since 2015. We have Father Donald Walschlager, who's also been with us from 2015. And then we have our Flower City chaplains, who have been with us since 2018, and we were actually the first police agency that they had joined, so we appreciate that. I'm going to start with Elisa DeMora, Minister Randy Henderson, Pastor Terry Humans, I don't know if he's here tonight, and Tom Vasile. Like I said, we have our other Flower City chaplains here as well, but those are our current chaplains that are serving us and doing some ride-alongs. I'd also like to mention our former chaplains that have served the IPD over the last a long time ago. And unfortunately now they're now deceased. But we had Reverend William Shorts from the St. John's Lutheran Church. We had Father Robert Smith from St. Margaret Mary's Church. Reverend Paul Young from the Resurrection Lutheran Church. Father Robert Hale from Christ the King Church, Father Mel Walzak from St. Casimir's Church, and Father Joseph Travato from Christ the King Church. As everyone knows, we have a very difficult job, and we are grateful for the support from our chaplains in good times and in bad times, which truly does make a difference. On a personal note, I have formed many friendships with our police chaplains, much like some of our officers, and can say with certainty that they are welcome with open arms into the law enforcement community. So on behalf of the men and women of the Irondequoit Police Department, we would like to present this plaque to the police chaplains in recognition of your commitment and dedication to officer wellness. I would also like to mention that we have one of the old-style police cars here that was donated from Jim Anderson. Jim, where are you? Longtime Irondequoit resident, and this was donated to him from Father Travato. So thank you very much. We're going to put that in our display case. I'll now turn it over to the supervisor to read the proclamation.
A proclamation from the town of Irondequoit. Whereas police chaplains have played a pivotal role in the Irondequoit Police Department over the past 100 years, and whereas chaplains work side by side with officers participating in ride-alongs and other department activities in order to familiarize themselves with the profession broadly, as well as to strengthen interpersonal relationships with officers and with other personnel, and whereas there is a long list of responsibilities associated with the role of police chaplain, including, among other things, providing meals during holidays or times of crisis, serving on call outside of normal work hours, providing pastoral care to department employees and family members, and attending to critical incidents or deaths where they may provide comfort to the injured or family members, and whereas police chaplains are an invaluable resource in law enforcement, offering a multifaceted support system that addresses the emotional, spiritual, and psychological needs of officers, their families, and their residents they serve. And whereas the presence of police chaplains helps to foster a healthier, more resilient law enforcement community and strengthen the relationship between the police and the public. Now let it be resolved that I, Andre Evans, and the Irondequoit Town Board do hereby recognize the chaplains of the Irondequoit Police Department for their faithful support and guidance over the past 100 years. So declared on this day, the 20th day of August, 2024. Does anyone want to speak to the public?
Thank you, Town of Irondequoit, and I want to thank Captain Jessica here for being such a wonderful advocate for us. I just want to thank Irondequoit Police Department, mostly because they were our first agency for us to be aboard, and that opened the doors for the Flower City chaplains to go into RPD and the Monroe County Sheriff's Department. And I have to say, we literally have helped thousands and hundreds of thousands of officers in our area with their mental health, as far as even saving lives. So I contribute a lot of that to the town of Irondequoit for being so progressive and letting us come in and serve your first responders. We really thank you, and we thank God for all you're doing for your first responders.
Thank you. My name's Tom Vasile, and I just couldn't be more joyful inside for how you've allowed us to come in and be with officers and help them in their everyday chores. The old police car was one of the ones that I used to drive when I was a deputy sheriff. So I guess that tells me one thing, that I'm old too. So, but we love you. We love you all, and Captain, you know, we love you, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support.
And while we're coming to our seat, we have one public hearing scheduled for 7:35 concerning an amendment of the town code related to the installation of no stopping signs. And no stopping signs. Sign-in sheets are available at the desk, but if you don't sign in, you can still address the board during the public hearings. Thank you. Do we have anyone's? You're pretty good. This ends our public input period. The first speaker is Marsha Gopi.
Good evening. My name is Marcia Gopi,
Marcia.
85 Veo Street. This is my second time attending this meeting, and it's in regard to, I would say, a neighborhood nuisance. We have illegal activity, drug activity going on there, and it's like everybody on the street is held hostage. Just today we had to call the police because one of the clients or whatever they have over there, almost like he was having an overdose in the street. Police came. It's like they can't do anything. So I want to know what can be done for the residents on Veo Street, because we just don't know what else to do.
The next speaker is Ed Laughlin.
My name is Ed Laughlin. I live at 197 Willow One Drive. I'm here to say thank you to you, Town Supervisor Evans, and the board. There was milling done on Witten Road North, Carrington, and Willow One Drive. Willow One Drive, very important because there's an ARC home there. There's no sidewalks in the area. The repairs are meaningful not only for me, but meaningful to the neighborhood. I feel it's very important to come and say thank you. Difficult times, but when something is done, people need to show up to understand what's going on. Also, there was a request for bushes to be cut back because there were 5 young children, ages under 10. The bushes were sticking out on the street at that site. They were trimmed back in a proper way. Not only are there children, there's men and women, there's babies walking in the street again. The Orchard Park Boulevard area has 2 sides. One side had sidewalks and none. There's another side from Willow End to Fox Hall to Orchard Park to, there's another street, Stonehenge. Again, I'm here to say thank you, grateful for the work started yesterday on the 19th. I feel that the final street, Charming Wood, was done today, but appreciate your good work and thanks again.
The next speaker is Carmen Rivera.
Good evening. My name is Carmen Rivera. I live at 2515 Culver Road. I live in a complex, and there is a nursing home in the same area, and then another complex. I'm complaining about my complex where I've lived for 11 years. I enjoy living there. I love living in Irondequoit. I'm not going anywhere. There's drug, alcohol, and illegal activity where I live. My complex is HUD subsidized, so there are a lot of violations that are happening that are going to be they're a blind eye to the management. I've reached out to management. I've reached out to HUD. My next step is to reach out to some city council officials. I've gotten some names. Police are there on a regular. Irondequoit Police Department knows my complex very well. And it's gotten to the point where I don't want to downplay them, but they come so much that it's like they already know what's going to happen. They leave, and nothing is done. I have a drug dealer that lives right upstairs from me. I have another person who has mental health issues, who goes off their meds regularly, and she's a danger to everybody in the complex. And when she does, she runs rampant in the complex. I call the ambulance for her because they want to call the police and have her arrested, and that's not how you handle that. There's drinking. There's just so much going on there that I'm very overwhelmed. It's caused me personal health issues. I'm in therapy for it now, and I never thought that I would be in this place right now with this situation. And I'm at wit's ends. I need help. I don't know who to go to, how to fix this. It never used to be like this. This has just occurred within the last 4 or 5 years, and I'm very concerned. I'm speaking as an advocate for many of the residents that live there because they are very scared to say anything, even to the complex manager, in fear of retaliation. I've had retaliation done to my vehicle. I've had my tires slashed. I've had my car broken into because I have complained. I'm not afraid to speak for everyone else, but something needs to be done. It really needs to be done. It needs to be cleaned up and be how it used to be when I first moved there. And I don't know what else to do. I need some answers. I need some help. I need some avenues, what to do. How do I handle this? How do we fix this? Thank you.
Thank you. And does anyone else wish to address the board? Public input is now closed. Madam Controller?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. The financial results for the town as of July 31st, 2024. Total expenses, actual as well as encumbered, are $25,859,000, or 61.1% of budget, which is slightly above the 58.3% of the year that has elapsed. The breakdown is $23,969,000 for actual expenses and $1,890,000 for encumbrances. Encumbrances are 4.5% as departments continue to commit to services and supplies for the remainder of the year. General fund expenses are higher than budget at 66%, or $17,690,000. The split is actual expenditures, $16,800,000, and encumbered expenses, $889,000. The overage can be attributed to timing of expenses such as debt service. Jointly, the highway fund's expenses are lower than the percent of the year that has elapsed at 52.9%, or $3,294,000. Actual expenses within the highway funds are 42.5% of budget, or $2,644,000, and encumbrances account for the remaining 10.4%, or $650,000. These costs are typically driven by salt, fuel, roadwork and paving services, and materials such as oil and stoning and asphalt, as well as equipment parts. Expenditures in the library fund are 55.8% of budget at $1,595,000. Included in this amount is a bond payment for the principal and interest for the consolidated library. Sewer fund expenses of $2,184,000 equate to 53.3% of budget. Expenses in the expenses in the stormwater drainage total $332,000 or 35.3% of budget. Revenue received in the general fund is $17,796,000 or 66.9% of budget. Real estate taxes of $12,790,000 have been collected. Other revenues recorded include payments in lieu of taxes at $273,000 or 117% of budget. 2 months of sales tax at $1,047,000 or 15.6%. Interest on earnings of $23,000 or 91.5%, and recreation program fees of $461,000 at 68.6%. Second quarter sales tax receipts are anticipated in August. Other major revenues are expected later in the year, include franchise fees and aid and incentives for municipalities. Regarding the entire town, $31,275,000 or 75.1% of revenue and appropriated fund balance have been received to date. Approximately $19,278,000 is real estate tax. At the end of July, the library has received $2,797,000 or 98.3% of its budgeted revenue. 84.2% or $5,090,000 has been received in the collective highway funds. Sewer has received revenue of $3,846,000, 100% of that fund's budget. Stormwater drainage has recognized $947,000 or 100.8% of budgeted revenue. In addition, American Rescue funds of $22,455,000 have been received. Roughly $21,525,000 or 95.9% has been allocated to various projects. Of the allocated amount, about $15,661,000 or 72.7% has been expended to date on various projects, including McAvoy Turf and other various playground retrofits, columbarium construction, sewer and drainage improvements, IT projects, and equipment. An additional $4,185,000 or 19.4% is encumbered. American Rescue Plan funding must be fully allocated by December 31st, 2024 and expended in full no later than December 31st, 2026. This concludes the financial report for the month of July.
Thank you, Madam Controller. Madam Clerk, we have some minutes to approve.
I need a motion to accept the minutes.
Sorry, motion to accept the financial report.
I'll move it.
Second?
Second.
All in
Excuse me,
favor,
second.
say
Aye.
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 any. Sorry. Financial report is approved. Madam Clerk, please read the minutes from July 8th, 2024 workshop meeting.
Workshop, July 8th, 2024 workshop board meeting.
May I get a motion to approve?
Moved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments or revisions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The minutes are approved. Madam Clerk, please read the next minutes.
July 16th, 2024 regular town board meeting.
May I get a motion to approve July 16th, 2024 minutes?
I'll move it.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Are there
I
there
have to vote
any,
nay, as I was absent and by rule. Must vote no.
okay, so revisions?
I didn't hear exactly what you said.
Deputy Supervisor was not here for that town board meeting. With the revisions, are there any other revisions?
No revision.
It's okay. All right. So the minutes are approved. Madam Clerk, We have some items for town board action this afternoon.
Item number 1, authorizing the permanent appointment of a maintenance mechanic 2 in the Department of Public Works.
Motion to adopt? Sorry. Correction. Motion to adopt?
Moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
May I have an explanation?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. This position is open, vacant due to a retirement in the Department of Public Works. We posted it accordingly and received several applications. There were 13 applicants, as a matter of fact. Commissioner McGee and her team interviewed, and she can tell about the candidate.
Yes, thank you. For the maintenance mechanic position, this is within the sanitation department of Public Works. So tonight we'd like to bring forth the name of Craig Race. Craig has been a long-term commitment employee within the department. He has just over 24 years with us. The majority of his career has been in the sanitation department, so we're extremely thrilled to bring his name tonight to maintain this position. Primarily is to maintain our 28 pump stations throughout town. These are critical infrastructure, so it's an important job to keep these facilities running, and we are very grateful to have Craig available to do this.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 All opposed? The resolution is adopted. Madam Clerk, please read the next item.
Congratulations.
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 I'm sorry, I forgot to see if you're in the audience. Good job.
Item number 2, authorizing the permanent appointment of an office clerk 3 in the Arundecoit Police Department.
Motion to adopt?
I'll move it.
May I have a second?
Second.
May I have an explanation?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Megan Benwitz was appointed provisionally to this title in May of this year. She has since passed her civil service exam, qualifying her for a permanent appointment, and that is what we seek tonight.
Any questions or comments? With that, seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? The resolution is adopted. Is Megan in the audience? Or congratulations.
Congratulations.
Item number 3, authorizing the appointment of a first deputy town clerk in the Arundecoit Town Clerk Department.
Motion to adopt?
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
May I have an explanation?
I can speak to this as well. Town law allows for the town clerk to appoint one or more deputies. Ms. Sharita Youngus has served as the deputy receiver of taxes in the town clerk's office, and this resolution adds the duty of deputy town clerk. So we now have a permanent substitute in the event of an absence of the town clerk.
Any questions or comments? With that, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The resolution is adopted. Is Sharita in? Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And Madam Clerk, I think that brings us to the public hearing.
$7:35 for the public hearing. Now, item number 1, on the matter of a local law amending Article 7 of Chapter 222 of the Town Code relating to installation of no stopping signs.
Motion to adopt? Sorry, 1 second. Motion to open the public hearing?
I'll move it.
Second?
Second. We all said it.
Right.
Yeah. The hearing is now open. Could the Commissioner of Public Works provide an explanation?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Supervisor. This public hearing is to amend town code to add the no stopping signs along Eastridge Road, along pretty much Eastridge High School. It's a county road, so the county infrastructure project would install the signs, but our town code needs to match it for enforcement purposes. This is to make way for bike lanes in the future of that project. So, to change our town code, that's what this public hearing is about.
We're now open for public comment. Do we have anyone signed up to testify? Does anyone in the audience want to testify on this? Seeing none, I'll open it up for discussion. Do we have any discussion or questions from the board?
I have none.
No. Covered it.
Just that I appreciate that the safety of our residents are taken into account, especially our runners, walkers, and bikers.
I will now take a motion to close the public hearing. May I have a motion?
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The hearing is now closed. Madam Clerk, could you now move on to the public hearing item for board action?
Item number 1, resolution adopting a local law amending Article 7 of Schedule 13 of Chapter 222 of the Town Code relating to installation of no stopping signs.
May I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Second?
Second.
Any additional explanation? Any discussions or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? The resolution is adopted. This concludes our public hearing. We will now return to the agenda. Madam Clerk, can you please read the next item for the town board action?
Item number 4, authorizing the permanent appointment of an office account clerk in the Arundecoyt Controller Department.
Motion to adopt?
Moved.
May I have a second?
Second it.
May I have an explanation?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Cody Dismang was appointed provisionally in September of 2023 to office account clerk. Cody has since taken and passed his civil service examination, qualifying him for permanent appointment, and the comptroller recommends Cody for that appointment.
Any questions or comments? With that, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? The resolution is adopted.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Cody. Madam Clerk, please read the next item.
Item number 5, authorizing a settlement agreement with Cirrus Realty Holdings, LLC.
May I have a motion to adopt?
Moved.
Second?
Second.
May I have an explanation?
Mr. Supervisor, this resolution seeks town board authorization to settle Article 7 litigation between the assessor/town of Arundecoyt and Cirrus Realty, 2515 Culver Road. The settlement is recommended by both special counsel and myself. The 2023 assessed value was $6 million. The proposed settlement is $4.35 million. This is for the settlement of tax years 23 through 2027. Over.
Any questions or comments?
No, I will make a comment, though. I don't know why commercial property keeps losing its value. This one has to hold its value for 4 years. I think in the long run, it's going to affect us down the road if we keep losing value on our commercial properties. It's just my comment I have to make.
I think that the commercial property will retain value. What we discovered during the reassessment of the property, the 4.7 million actually more accurately reflects the current value of the property. Any other questions or comments? With that, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? The resolution is adopted. Madam Clerk?
Item number 6, calling for a public hearing on the matter of rezoning a portion of tax ID 107.06-1-32 from R-1 Residential District to R-2 Residential District.
Motion to adopt.
Moved.
May I have a second?
I'll second it.
May I have an explanation?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. This resolution is in regards to the rezoning a portion of the tax ID that 107.06-1-2 for the proposed re-subdivision of the 3 lots involved on Waldo Avenue, the 51, 61, and the vacant lot behind 61. Currently, the convent is pre-existing non-conforming on the lot, and this will help to make the lot conforming with the pre-existing building on there.
Any questions or comments? With that, all in favor say aye.
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 All opposed? The resolution is adopted. Madam Clerk?
Item number 7, calling for a public hearing on the matter of granting a special use permit for 2255 East Ridge Road, Kids Empire, in the C Business District, and referring same to the Planning Board for comment.
Motion to adopt.
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
May I have an explanation?
Thank you again, Mr. Supervisor. Again, this is a calling of a public hearing to, for the matter of granting a special use permit for 2255 East Ridge Road in the Culver Ridge Plaza for the proposed operation of a Kids Empire. This was the previous Regal Cinema, and special use permit is required per Town Code 235-28A4.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? With that, seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 All opposed? The resolution is adopted. Madam Clerk?
Item number 8, authorizing a capital lease financing agreement with M&T and subsidiaries, one pothole patcher for the Bureau of Public Works.
Motion to adopt.
Moved.
Second.
Second it.
May I have an explanation?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. This resolution will execute a lease agreement with M&T Bank for the purchase of a pothole patcher truck. The purchase was approved earlier this year by Resolution 2024-051, and financing was approved last week by Resolution 2024-194. This will allow the supervisor to execute the agreement. The agreement was received very late today. Ms. Bartnick made copies and handed that out at the beginning of the meeting for the board's review.
Any questions or comments? With that, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? The resolution is adopted.
We needed a motion for that. We didn't vote on that one before you went to the comptroller.
Okay?
Did-
My note had Councilman Weiner move to adopt, and then Councilman Cunningham seconded that motion.
Madam Clerk?
Item number 9, authorizing an annual audit of the town courts.
Motion to adopt.
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
May I have an explanation?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. This is an annual resolution for the board to acknowledge that the court audit was part of the year-end audit for the year ended 12/31/2023. This is required by the New York State Office of Court Administration.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? The resolution is adopted. Madam Clerk?
Item number 10, authorizing the acceptance of grant funding awarded from ESL Federal Credit Union.
Motion to adopt.
I'll move it.
Second.
Second.
May I have an explanation?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. This resolution will accept a grant from ES&L Federal Credit Union in the amount of $396,025. This grant opportunity was brought to my attention by Lorianne Heller, who administers our IHIP grant. The funding will be used to supplement the Arundecoit Home Improvement Program, which is funded through HUD through our Community Development Block Grant Program. This funding will be used to, in two ways. It will be used to potentially increase the grant amount to recipients and or increase the number of recipients that can receive funding for home improvements in the town.
Any questions or comments?
Diana, there's probably a waiting list, right?
Oh,
On
yeah.
this, right? So this may help take some people off the waiting list,
We have over
right?
100.
100 on the
Yeah.
waiting list?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, very good. Thank you.
Is this a one-time grant, or can we reapply?
The grant is offered annually. We would have to reapply in the future.
Okay.
So we are grateful for this opportunity.
Absolutely. This is going to help a lot of people. I know that we were talking about that waiting list, as John had alluded to. It's there are quite a few people on there, so this is wonderful.
Very significant grant also.
100%.
I want to take the opportunity to thank Mr. Lang and Mr. Lorianne Heller, as well as the Chief of Staff. As you know, we've restructured the department, or currently restructuring it, and we're focusing on applying to local, state, and also federal grants, which also save taxpayers money and is a direct and can provide direct benefits to our town residents. So, Mr. Lang, thank you very much, and Chief, thank you very much for all the work you've done on this. With it, are any other further questions or comments? With that, seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 All opposed? The resolution is adopted. Madam Clerk, next item.
Item number 11, authorizing the application for an acceptance of $75,000 worth of grant funding from the Dormitory Authority of the State of New York.
Motion to adopt.
Moved.
Second.
Second.
May I have an explanation?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Supervisor. This resolution will formally accept the grant funds allocated toward the Titus Ave sidewalk improvements. This would execute all of the documentation for the reimbursement back for the project that was recently completed.
Thank you. Any questions or comments?
I think I read that this was with the help of State Senator Brooke. Was this the one? So I'm very grateful for her partnership with our town.
Any other further questions or comments? With that, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The resolution is adopted. Madam Clerk?
Item number 12, accepting gifts for the Arundecoit July 4th celebration.
Motion to adopt.
Moved.
Second.
Second.
May I have an explanation?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Supervisor. This resolution allows us to formally acknowledge and appreciate our many sponsors, donors, and volunteers that came together to help make our July 4th festival possible this summer. We appreciate all that they do for us and help us to make that festival so special for everyone.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? The resolution is adopted. Madam Clerk?
Item number 13, approving request by Swans Market for Farmers Market Oktoberfest event.
Motion to adopt.
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
May I have an explanation?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Supervisor. This resolution will allow us to move into contract with Swans Market. Swans is a weekly vendor at our Thursday farmers markets. And coming up on September 5th, we are hosting an Oktoberfest themed market. So in the spirit of Oktoberfest, Swans has agreed to obtain the licensure and permits and be able to serve beer for that evening only.
Any questions or comments?
And Swan's Market's owned by an Arundecoit resident, so,
Even better.
yeah.
And what's Oktoberfest without beer?
Exactly.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 All opposed? The resolution is adopted. Madam Clerk?
Item number 14, authorizing entering into a contract with Fit on Health Incorporated and the Arundecoit Community Center.
Motion to adopt.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
May I have an explanation?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Supervisor. This resolution will allow us to move into contract with Fit on Health, which is an insurance company. We would be one of their premier service organizations providing all the amenities of the community center to all of their participants, and in return, the insurance company will reimburse the town for all associated membership fees.
Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed? The resolution is adopted. Madam Clerk?
Item number 15, authorizing the supervisor to revise the terms of a contract with a vendor providing group exercise programming for 2024.
Motion to adopt.
Moved.
Second.
I'll second it.
May I have an explanation?
Yes, thank you. Becca is one of our current group exercise instructors at the community center. She recently obtained some new certification and training to allow her to expand her class offerings with us, including a new pumped up strength program that we just started at the community center, and therefore we would like to increase Becca's fees slightly in order to meet the needs of her training as well.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? The resolution is adopted. Madam Clerk?
Item number 16, authorizing the supervisor to enter into a memorandum of understanding with Arundecoit Chamber of Commerce.
Motion to adopt.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
The Judge Junior Annual Miniature Golf Tournament is held at the oldest miniature golf course in the nation, which is right here in Arundecoit. It honors Judge Junior and his wife, and we're looking to co-sponsor the event with the Chamber of Commerce. It is a fundraiser for Sunset House and is a worthwhile event, honoring a worthwhile community servants for a worthwhile community cause.
Just a comment, I have to recuse myself from this. I was appointed to the Sunset Board earlier this year, so I'll recuse myself from this, okay?
Thank you, and thanks for your service on that board. It's a great organization.
Yes, it is.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? The resolution is adopted. Madam Clerk?
Item number 17, authorizing the amendment of the I-Square LLC payment in lieu of taxes agreement.
Motion to adopt.
Motion. I'll second it.
This authorizes changes in the parcels tax by swapping one parcel with another. It lowers the square footage to be built due to the sale of parcels and also over the years the realization of what's possible. This does not change the amount of taxes received from LLC. It just simply aligns the current situation with the contract. Any questions or comments?
Pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward, definitely.
Okay. Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The resolution is adopted. Madam Clerk?
Item number 18, authorizing the town supervisor to enter into an agreement for legal services.
Motion to adopt.
I'll move it.
Second.
Second.
This will authorize the selection of Brown and Hutchinson to serve as our municipal attorney. Brown and Hutchinson is a preeminent law firm with decades and decades of experience. They were chosen because of their experience with municipal law, but also their experience working with our federal, state, and local government agency and partners. I think this will benefit the town in the long run and provide us access to knowledge that we've enjoyed with Heart of Seacrest, so it will continue the same level of service that we've previously enjoyed. Any questions or comments?
Just
wanted to-
about how long, go ahead, Pete.
No, you go ahead first.
Just about how long is this gonna take to bring them, I mean, will they be here next month?
We actually have the principal here now.
Pardon me?
We have the principal here now.
Yeah, but I mean, by the time Heart or Seacrest moves on, within a month, probably?
Probably about a month or two.
And I would just remiss not to thank Tracy. Thank you,
100%.
Tracy. Appreciate it, all your support, and you did well for the residents. And please pass my thanks on to Megan as well, too, okay? You're gonna be missed.
Thank you,
Definitely a
Tracy.
pleasure working with you. Definitely, thank you.
And I triple that very much.
I also echo those comments. I was part of the selection committee, and we did receive 3 and more excellent response. I will say, Anthony Brown and his firm before us, I thought, did an excellent job of both the interview and the response to the RFP. And I also want to thank all the staff that put together and did all the hard work in preparation to get us to the point where we are at the selection. And again, thank you, Tracy and Harder Seacrest was part of the process and very cooperative and informative throughout.
Any other questions or comments? With that, seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 All opposed? The resolution is adopted. And this concludes our town board meeting on August 20th.
One more.
One more.
More? Okay.
Item number 19, approving the special event license for Bert Gelman to conduct a triathlon.
Motion to adopt?
Move it.
Second?
Second.
May I have an explanation?
This is an annual event with the Rochester area triathletes. Mr. Gelman is a representative for them, wishing to operate a triathlon on August 24th. The insurance has been approved and all departments' approvals have been received.
Any questions or comments?
I looked at the map for this. I can't believe that you can drive this far, let alone run, bike, and swim.
There you go, Pete. Yeah, I'm with you. Good luck to him.
Any other questions or comments?
It just brings a lot of people into our area to show off our gorgeous landscape.
Yeah, this is actually one of many races that we have, so I'm pretty excited to continue increasing these. Seeing no more comments, all in favor say aye.
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 All opposed? The resolution is adopted. Now, this concludes our town board meeting on August 20th, 2024. Our next meeting is scheduled at 4 o'clock, which is our workshop on September 9th, 2024. Our next regular town board meeting is September 17th, 2024. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The meeting is now adjourned.